What's up guys, Syiler here, and we are back with a video that's a little bit different. I've been called out by Sensus to do the My World of Warcraft story, and if you don't know who Sensus is, he's a rogue PvPer YouTuber, and he does, well, obviously focuses around the rogue, so if you do play a rogue in PvP, definitely check him out because you'll learn a lot. He does montages, guides, sort of burst macros, all that kind of stuff. So definitely go give him some love, especially for starting this little kind of story thing and calling people out. So I appreciate being called out and go show him some love. So if you don't know what this is, it's basically going to be talking about how I got started with World of Warcraft, and more specifically, what got me started with videos and that kind of thing as well. So I started late vanilla, and I basically started playing because my friends were playing, and at the time I was more of a console player. I had always played console since very, very young. To be like, I used to play like Twisted Metal on the PlayStation, stuff like that. My dad used to try as hard as he could just to beat me, and then eventually that kind of motivated me to play better, and eventually I started beating him, and he got pretty upset with that. But from there I was basically a console lover and a gamer lover, to be fair, and they eventually managed to convince me to check out World of Warcraft. I was still a bit under the impression that PC gaming was for nerds, and it's like, oh god. And when we went to buy the copy of WoW from like the game shop, we went ice skating that same day, and for some reason I didn't get a bag, so I was putting it under my armpit, under my jacket, so people couldn't see my copy of WoW. I was like really embarrassed. So went home, installed it, set it all up, and made a Night Elf warrior called DTT, which is basically my initials of my name, because I couldn't think of anything creative. So I was like, sod it, it's gonna be my name. Dueled somewhat, well, someone dueled me, I lost, and then I tried to leave the starting area, and I thought everything like is aggressive, every mob with a nameplate is something you've got to kill. And as I was leaving, there was this owl, so I thought, right, I'll attack it first and we'll go from there, and it like two-shot me. I was like, this is a crap game, shut it down. I went to school the next day and they're like, you didn't add us. I was like, I tried, but like, did you make a Horde character? I was like, Horde? Like, yeah, one of the red ones. I was like, I was a night elf. Like, oh my god. So I wasn't even on the right server. I wasn't on the right faction. So the next day I made a hunter because they played hunter. So it made more sense. And got my first pet, Sting, a couple of days later. And Sting was like, I kept Sting all the way through pretty much until I hit max level and people eventually told me crab was crap. I was like, no, crap not crap. So eventually I had to put Sting in the stables, which was pretty sad. And I'll always remember doing RFC as well for the first time, and I needed some cloth gloves or braces. I think it was braces from RFC. And I got called a noob, and I just didn't understand why. And then I tried to sell them in trade chat afterwards, and then I eventually figured out what BOP means. So, but I'll always remember that because they went hard on me as well. They were like, "Oh my god, effing noob," and all this. And then in BC I started taking the game a little bit more seriously, joined like a raiding guild, but it was still very, very casual stuff. We're doing mainly like Karazhan and Zul'Aman, and then towards the end of BC I did start to get some actual raiding content in, got to see like BT and stuff with the nerf for Wrath, so it became a lot easier, but we did get like halfway through BT, so that was cool, and I got to see like the first boss of Sunwell. So, those were cool. And then moving into Wrath, the guild needed a healer, so I rerolled to Paladin at the time because I thought Paladin sounded cool, being able to tank, heal, and DPS. It sounded like me. And yeah, I became a Holy Paladin. I was healing. Left that guild because things went south. Joined a bit of a higher end guild, doing like OS 3D was like the first real fight I ever did. OS 3D 25, man. And being a tank healer on that really, really pushed me because it was the first kind of hard content I'd done. So it was pretty big. And then towards the end of Wrath, I started trying to make like a guide/news WoW site, and it was called warcraftstuff.weebly.com. I have no idea if it still exists. It probably does, but you can see like where everything kind of started. I wanted to do sort of guides and helpful stuff because that's kind of what I was doing on the server. I'd always help about if I had the time and stuff like that. So I thought, cool, I'll put my knowledge onto a website and stuff. Found out it was way too much maintenance, and I just didn't know enough about websites to get it going. So that ended up being scrapped. I think it hit like 100 hits. I think that was the pinnacle of the site. Moved into Kata. I actually got Kata Beta, so I was really, really hyped for that because it was the first kind of thing like that I'd ever got. I tried to start a YouTube channel around that point because YouTubers were starting to pop up and it was something that interested me, but my PC just couldn't do it. Couldn't handle it. So I started saving up to get myself a good PC. Saved up like Christmas money, birthday money, everything I could. Was like helping out with like local stuff, basically anything I could to earn some money. Eventually got myself a better PC, and this was around the time of the Molten Front PTR, and that's when I started my channel with videos and stuff like that. And we went from there. Basically, that was the start of my YouTube career. And then I joined TGM WoW and posted content over there, which gave me a huge boost. And I met a lot of cool people over there. And also joined a guild called Elevation, which Hybrid Panda, Nalzi, Syiler are all in at the time. And that was really awesome. I loved that guild a lot, and it was really, really sad to see it go. Because not only were the people cool, but I also got to be like a multi-role paladin. I got to tank, heal, and DPS during my raids. I basically was a fill player, and it was really cool because there was some fights that randomly needed like 3 tanks, and then if not, I'd be healing if we needed the extra healer, or I'd just be rat. So it was cool being able to have that much flexibility and that much gear. God, I loved it. But Elevation disbanded when I went on holiday, came back, and it was like, no, it's gone. And yeah, from there I just basically carried on doing videos and growing myself. But if it wasn't for like the help of the people I've met online and TGM WoW and like Panda and stuff, I definitely wouldn't be as big as I am today. So those people, if you're starting out a channel, don't be someone who's like, I want to do it myself. Like, that's not how YouTube is. It's a community. You gotta grow together. So yeah. But don't expect people to boost you in growing your channel. That's not how it works. But advice is, take any advice you can get, basically. And try and look to do collabs with people around your size, because it helps a lot. So that is essentially my WoW story. Obviously, with WoD, I took a bit of a tip with the game. I got a little less interested. But my break in the Philippines has definitely revived my interest in the game and my love for YouTube. So I'm back on the scene. Let's get some content cracking. So I'm going to call out 5 people as well. I'm going to call out Bane, who's a DK. So Bane, get on one of these as well. The Shadow Sword, who's mainly warrior. Sniper EU, hunter. Metro plays Holy Paladin. And Magarik, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is a mage. So you guys go make one of these, and I hope to see them soon. And hopefully we can get quite a few people giving out the WoW story, because this is a cool idea. And it'll be cool for the community, I reckon. So thanks for watching, guys. And also tell me your WoW story in the comments below if you've got like how you got started with WoW or whatever. Let me know. It'd be cool to hear everyone's kind of reasoning for picking up the game in the beginning and how you ended up where you are today. So thanks for watching, guys. Look out for more videos coming soon. See ya.